All right, worryometer, 0 to 10. 0, not worried at all. 10, freaking out. Sam LaPorta, 2 catches for 13 yards on 3 targets. 1 week after having 4 catches on 5 targets. 0 to 10 for Sam LaPorta.
It's like a 4.
FFE. FFO.
What is that?
Freaking the F out.
Oh no.
I mean, he's a tight, but yeah. Can tight ends even go on this list? Because
That's true.
Like, I think he's probably going to still score 7 points a game, which is good enough to be a starting tight end anymore. So it's fine. 4.
Not to mention, I forgot, Trey McBride recovered a fumble in the end zone. You should, at some point, if your league has that setting on CBS, where offensive fumble recovery touchdowns count, that has not shown up yet. It should at some point show up.
So I have a question for you. Let's say a league was just started this year, in the last 2 years, and whoever set it up did not turn that setting on, but absolutely intended for all touchdowns to count as fantasy points. They should just change it now.
No.
Right?
Yeah, no.
Because no one was planning for fumble recovery touchdowns. That has nothing to do with drafting or projections.
No.
They should just fix it. That's the way everybody thought that it was. All touchdowns should count.
I can fix it after this week. I'm not fixing it now. And
I'm not saying you. I'm saying everybody that's listening, if it didn't count, you should go fix it, because everybody in your league thought that all touchdowns counted.
Well, I don't know if that's true. Also, I'm definitely not doing that to you, because I traded Trey McBride to you, so I'm not going to help you out.
So you didn't turn that on in the Big Burger Dynasty League?
I have no idea. The way you're talking,
He doesn't know what's going on in the Big Burger Dynasty League.
Hey, I don't know. Is that even still going on? I don't know. All right. So Travis Kelce, 0 to 10 on the worryometer.
You should fix it.
Tight ends don't count. Heath got it right.
Travis Kelce, 1 catch for 5 yards on 3 targets. He had an almost touchdown. He came a yard short of a touchdown. He also had a big catch and run call back on a penalty, but still,
it's really hard on the Chiefs today.
1 for 5 on 3 targets. 0 to 10 on Kelce.
6.
5.
FFO.
I would be less concerned if they had lost that game.
Jamar Chase, 4 catches for 35 yards on 5 targets.
Whatever way you can find to wager on Jamar Chase, whether it's DFS or it's trading for him, or it's like anytime touchdown next week, or catches over or yards over, or whatever you can do. Jamar Chase next week, you would like to do that.
What did he do against Arizona last year?
And
50 points.
Yeah.
He's playing the Washington Commanders next week.
Yes.
And FFO.
Not freaking out. George Pickens, 0 to 10. 2 catches for 29 yards on 4 targets.
10.
And FFO.
Yeah. 0.
Go ahead, Heath. You're the only one concerned.
Justin Fields is keeping this job. Arthur Smith is well in command and running things he wants to. They're gonna have 18
He had one
to
of the
20.
toughest matchups of the week of the
Yeah,
season.
tough matchup of the week, and he had a touchdown called back.
They're gonna have 18 to 20 passes a game
and a deep ball called.
He had 2 plays called back.
He had 23 passes last week, and 6 of them went to Pickens. Or 6 receptions were for Pickens. How many targets did he have last week?
I think he had 7.
That's what you should expect.
You know, Fields, for those of you who didn't watch, Fields actually played pretty damn well. He had like 4 or 5 really good plays called back on penalties. Some called back on penalties, 2 really good passes that led to pass interference calls. So he could have had he played well, and he took care of the ball. He had a fumble that wasn't really his fault. So I did get a little nervous about that too. But I don't think it's not the Surtain thing. Like, he got Surtained. We're fine with that. Heath, you're nervous about the pass volume.
Yes. The past game.
Amari Cooper, another bad game. He's got 17 targets this year, 5 catches for 27 yards and no touchdowns. Amari Cooper will have the Giants and next week, though, at least. But 0 to 10.
I'll be higher than 4 next week if he stinks.
And FFO.
That's a good thing. Jamie's not freaking out. Heath, 0 to 10 on Cooper.
5.
Okay. Patrick Mahomes has now scored more than 21 fantasy points in 2 of his last 15 games. He scored 16.9 fantasy points this week, 17.1 fantasy points last week. This is 6 point per passing touchdown leagues. 0 to 10 worryometer on Mahomes.
Say
It might be a good thing if Isaiah Pacheco misses time.
Right.
Yeah, he's only got 25 and 28 pass attempts in 2 games. But
He's a game manager.
Are we reevaluating him as an elite fantasy quarterback?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we can call him elite, but we can call him startable.
I don't know who currently is elite, but it doesn't feel like he is.
It's Baker Mayfield and Derek Carr and Kyler Murray.
I mean, I definitely take Josh Allen ahead of Mahomes now, and I was not that bad.
Yes, that's true.
I know what just happened with Allen, but I still would rather have him. How we feeling? How we feeling about Allen versus Mahomes?
Allen.
I had it ranked that way anyway, so yeah. Fine with it.
How about Richardson or Mahomes? Richardson had a bad game. What the hell? Breaking news.
A bad game?
That's
Awful game.
I know, but it's the first time that he's played a full game and not.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah.
Well, it was the second time he'd played a full game.
What do you mean?
Or he played one full game last year?
No,
He said
Played
it's
2
the
full
first
games
time he
last
played a
year.
full game and looked bad.
and had a bad.
Had a bad stat line. Had a bad stat line.
Had a bad fantasy game. Yeah.
I would rather start Richardson than Mahomes right now.
Yeah, I would
Me
not.
too.
Jared Goff, 0 to 10. He's scored.
I'm surprised that you would say that though, Heath, because you're usually take the high variance plays that over the course of the season will be, bigger.
Right,
ceiling.
but wait, I didn't have Richardson ranked ahead of Mahomes before the season. And Richardson, like one great game, one awful game, didn't change my mind.
But Marquise Brown is out for the year. I don't know if that
It's
matters.
true.
I think it matters. Jared Goff, 0 to 10 on the worryometer.
I'm gonna say like 3. This is another one I'm not that worried about.
We didn't have him ranked as a top 12 quarterback before the year, and we expected him to start off with 2 great games. So we basically expect him to be like QB 20 from this point forward. I think he's probably going to be like QB 20 from this point forward.
Maybe 20.
Maybe 18.
It's just a shame because, the whole thing was like, well, he's got all these home games and this and that. He's failed to take advantage of 2 home games
It's true.
a year.
I mean,
How about this? If I had told you before the game he was going to throw 55 times and not get sacked once, you would have been like, "Oh, he's going to be QB1 this."
Well, I mean, this was home against a battered secondary, and then Vita Vea left in the middle of the game. Like, there should have been layup after layup for him. And if you were to say that not only does he have St. Brown and LaPorta, who hopefully both healthy, but now Jamison Williams is this? Like, this should be top 5 Jared Goff.
So much more was
This is
expected.
awful.
Well, thank you guys for telling me to start him over Mayfield, even though I should.
I didn't tell you to do
You
that.
should have checked rankings, buddy.
Everyone told me to do that.
Not on this show.
Not my ranking.
Yeah, big. Yeah, I asked Twitter. I left it up to the people. They let me down. Zamir White, 0 to 10.
Good. Blame the audience. We'll go back to begging for subscribers.
FFFO.
Zamir White, 0 to 10. JB's.
I'm not freaking out about Zamir White. I'm putting him on the bench.
I'm dropping him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's droppable.
Hold on. He's got Carolina next week.
Oh, that helps.
Jobu game.
It's weird because he got obviously a lot more carries than Madison. Madison didn't have a single catch. White had 3. He didn't have a lot more carries, but he had 9 carries. I don't know. Madison had 4 or something. Madison didn't have a catch, but for some reason, Madison got the goal line touchdown.
He had 4 carries for 1 yard and a touchdown. That's fantastic.
That was just weird because if Zamir White would consistently have the goal line work, then he'd be, I don't know, a bye week replacement or something where he needs a touchdown, but at least he has a chance to do it. If Madison starts mixing in there, that's a huge problem.
He had 6 of 7 snaps inside the 10. Madison did.
Wow.
That's a problem.
We
All
have
right,
a
news.
Pacheco problem.